What is going on, everyone? Chris with Journals, Comics, and Pop Culture. I am regrettably making this video today. There is a serious incident, two incidences happening on eBay where a eBay seller is basically committing fraud here, borderline criminal fraud, and we're going to get into that. But as you see on screen, there's been two sales here for a Facsimile Edition Ultimate Fallout 4 that have been sold for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I want to give a shout out to the folks in the community that have brought this up on Instagram already, that have brought it to my attention. So, and I'm here on YouTube discussing this. This isn't just, oh, an eBay seller packaged a book wrong. And, you know, this is a real serious issue, and I'm going to explain why. All right. So, as you can see, this seller, these were two separate listings of the book. One sold for $399.99, best offer accepted. Another one for $500, best offer accepted. Okay, what this shows me here, for one, is the seller knows what they're doing because they're setting a buy it now with the best offer. They know what they're doing by setting this $400 and this $500 price. Let's go into the description, folks, and I'm going to show you why this is borderline criminal fraud here, which is a very serious offense. Ultimate Fallout #4, first print. Very fine near mint, first appearance of Miles Morales. Right here is where it's fraudulent. This is in no capacity a first print comic. It is, by fact of statement, a Facsimile Edition reprint. All right? If you were to look at this as it was listed, right, this is what you would see. Ultimate Fallout #4, first print, and then these details. Buy it now, $399.99, or best offer. You got the book here. You can see the facsimile barcode, the red Marvel logo, which proves it to be a reprint as well. All right. There's another picture of the front and then the picture of the back. Let's look at this description. Okay. Ultimate Fallout 4, first appearance Miles Morales. There's all this jargon, guys. A new Spider-Man appears in New York. Reed Richards recalls. In Washington, D.C. After Norman Osborn. Miles bitten by the spider. All of this synopsis of what's going on in the book. Miles Morales, a young kid from Brooklyn. Months later, Spider-Man, da-da-da-da-da. And then here we go, all the way at the bottom of the description. And even this description can be borderline fraudulent and very much so misleading. Look at this. The original is the most in-demand modern key, so do not miss out on this affordable chance to own a facsimile copy in great condition. It's almost like talking in circles, because by the time you get to facsimile copy, you know, it's almost stating this as if this is the original. The original is the most in demand, because what does the original equate to? It's a synonym of first print original, synonymous with each other, right? Right? So again, this seller is being conscious of the fact that they're trying to manipulate people. They are clearly conscious of the fact that they are manipulating you. And he or she decided to throw, I'm going to say he because the name's in the description. Facsimile copy is all the way here at the last 5 words in this essay of a description with this misleading title. All right, so somebody had already contacted them, right? And this is what they said. You can see right here. This was their response. Please read the description. I can have the title be whatever I like, and you can't make me change it. Sorry. Thank you. Have a nice day. First off, I don't know how this guy sleeps at night and lives with himself. Obviously, this individual has no ethics, moral code. I want to throw up that people like this actually exist and breathe this air. You know, I pray for them. I pray for them. I mean, again, it's just narcissism at best. But again, you know, it's brought to this individual attention. That's his response. He knows what he's doing. All right. So here's the thing here. You can't just sit here and say, I can have the title, say whatever I want to say. No, you can't. There is a thing that's called criminal fraud. And depending on what state you're in, and again, I'm not, here's a disclaimer, folks, a disclaimer. I am not a lawyer. I am not in a position to legally quote the law, but through my experience and my education and from my research, it is under my humble understanding that this right here could indeed blur the lines of this being possible criminal fraud, and depending on what state you're in, depending on the value, could quite possibly lead to felony fraud. Criminal fraud is a scheme to cheat or deceive another individual or entity in order to obtain a financial gain or similar type of gain. I'm going to repeat that again. Criminal fraud is a crime that involves a scheme to cheat or deceive another individual, whoever bought it, in order to obtain a financial gain. Right there. There's the deception of another individual, whoever bought it, for a financial gain, because we know for a fact that this item is not worth this much money, and that is clearly what is going on here. I emailed this individual. Ironically enough, I received an automated response saying, I'm out of the office and not responding to emails until the 18th. This was my email. I'll read it with you guys. How does it feel to know that you are purposefully misleading people for you to scam them? And no, your little one-liner that in and of itself is misleading at the bottom of your essay long description does not eliminate the fact that the title of your listings are false. This book is not a first print in any capacity. As someone who has studied law, I assure you that your two sales of this facsimile reprint with the title stating first print is a case to at minimum suspend you from ever selling on eBay again. If the buyers find out and you don't offer them a refund, depending what state you are in because of the high dollar amount, you could be guilty of felony fraud. If I were you, if you haven't shipped out the two books yet, cancel the orders and refund them before you dig yourself a hole that you cannot get out of. Folks, I say this all the time. Do not dupe yourself. Do your due diligence before you make a purchase. All right? But even though you should be doing that, that doesn't mean that a seller should be getting away with purposefully misleading and trying to con a potential buyer to be scammed. Because that's what this is. That's exactly what this is. It is a scam. This seller should not be able to sell on eBay ever again. And quite honestly, I really hope that these two individuals that purchased this book find out when they receive it that it is a reprint and it is not a first print. I do hope that they find out, and I do hope that they do what they need to do to hold this seller accountable for the fraud that is going on. So I encourage folks to spread the word. Buyers beware. I don't know how many this individual purchased. I purchased 8. Personally, I purchased 8 of these. So if I was doing what this guy was doing, I could have 8 put on eBay that I can be making $300, $400, $500 off of because of what he's doing. And it is not acceptable. Not acceptable. There's so much stuff out there in this community and in this hobby that people attack and cry about and pick up pitchforks over. And I'm always in the middle of it all saying, guys, just let them do them and you do you. Nobody's ruining the hobby. Don't worry about what other people are buying or doing. No, not here, folks. Not here. This is where that line is clearly crossed. Clearly crossed. This is not acceptable. Not acceptable. 100%. And that's all I have to say.